What is up, my valid peeps? Cadiant here. Back in August last year, I made my 4th Cadiverse video, making what ifs of me being in my favourite franchises, those 3 new entries being Pretty Cure, Bakugan, and LEGO Ninjago. Today, I'm back to add 3 more entries to the Cadiverse: Minecraft, LEGO Hero Factory, and LEGO Bionicle. With all that being said, let's get started. The Minecraft entry for the Cadiverse is by far the simplest one to implement, as they're literally just my Minecraft skin I've had for nearly 2 years now, designed by yours truly, and here she is. She has 2 different outfits, one made with warmer weather in mind, and one made with cooler weather in mind. To supplement this though, I did commission my good friend Third Eye Artistry, now on Blue Sky, to make a humanoid version of my Minecraft character in both her outfits. Now call this weird if you want, because the skins are based on myself, but I did get a bit of gay panic upon seeing the humanoid designs for the first time. It's in the past now, but it was hard to get over the fact that even happened at the time. The cool weather outfit came out exactly how I wanted it to the first time, though I did experiment with the warm weather outfit's footwear. As in the original skin, I had imagined it to be sandals, but honestly the shoes designed for the humanoid version did seem more practical and looked slightly better, albeit that wasn't exactly an easy decision to make. Now because it's Minecraft, the character's lore is pretty much non-existent, but I thought it would be worth pointing out her preferred game mode. That would be Creative Mode, but she doesn't mind Survival Mode on the odd occasion. Much like the Minecraft Cadiverse entry, my LEGO Hero Factory entry for the Cadiverse is one I made myself. I started with making a couple test blocks in LEGO Digital Designer, using the parts that app had available, which gave me these. When it came to making the physical model, bar one, I got every Hero Factory set released in the theme from 2011 onwards. Not to mention, I still had access to most of their parts, so making my hero wasn't too difficult in the end. In fact, the most challenging part was figuring out the configuration of one of their weapons. I kinda had to overhaul the design I had in mind because I didn't have the right parts for it. Anyways, here she is, Caitlin Breaker. I did take a few different pics of her in a few different poses, including a melee action pose, a ranged action pose, and a team up shot of her and my favourite Alpha 1 team hero, Julius Nex. Breaker's main colours are my own favourites, gold, blue and yellow, supplemented by gunmetal grey and silver to break it up a bit. I did have plans to somehow include some orange in the final design, but it stood out way too much compared to the main colours of the design, though in the end I'm honestly pretty happy with how this design came out. Breaker is a seasoned Hero Factory hero that tends to operate solo and has been on many missions, but she isn't opposed to teamwork. She routinely serves as a sparring partner for team leaders such as Stormer, and is looked up to by many rookie heroes as something of an older sister figure who's easy to trust and more than willing to give out advice to those who need it. My final entry for this Cadiverse video is an entry for a LEGO theme that has been a part of my life for an incredibly long time: LEGO Bionicle. While I didn't first properly get into it till the last couple years of G1, the theme had so much lore, so there's no way I could pass up doing a Cadiverse entry for this. For months I was considering not making a design for them, and rather just explaining the idea for them, as finding anyone I could commission to make them for not too much wasn't exactly the easiest. And neither LEGO Digital Designer or Bricklink Studio had a lot of Bionicle parts in their base programs. Eventually I finally came across one though, Iones SB on Instagram. Using a design I'd managed to draft in Bricklink Studio with help from some separately downloaded custom parts, a custom Kanohi I drew myself on paper, and some additional details such as the pose, my Toa was made. And here she is, Toa Liako, a G1 female Toa of Plasma. I'm really happy with how this came out in the end. Some parts took some careful deliberating, but me and Iones eventually got there. Liako is derived from Iliako, the Greek word for solar. From the start, I knew my Toa was going to be female, so I picked her element regardless of what the default gender considered for any given element was. And the element I picked was Plasma. I chose it for the same reason I did for the elemental power of my Ninjago Cadiverse entry in the last Cadiverse video, But ice was another element I considered because that was my favourite element of the core 6 Toa elements. As a Toa, her weapons are a pair of proto-steel blades. She typically channels her plasma powers through these, allowing her to easily melt through anything she slices or blasts with them. As for her Konohi, it used to be a powerless noble Mahiki, until it was forcibly replaced with a powerless Great Yokan by Kozani, which became a regular Great Yokan upon becoming a Toa. The Konohi Yokan, Mask of Empathy, is an original Konohi I came up with especially for Liako. Its name derived from Kyokan, the Japanese word for empathy. I was originally going to make a Mask of Telepathy before I realised that was already an official one that had been used by Toa Inaika Kongu. Anyways, the Konohi Yokan's power allows Liako to fully interpret the emotions, moods, and temperaments of others without reading apparent symptoms. The Yokan also allows Liako to read emotional imprints left into environments and objects, and to empower herself through her own emotions and the emotions of others. The Yokan also has an additional power, one that is very powerful yet also immoral, one such that no Toa would ever use it. With enough training, the Yokan allows its user to manipulate the emotions of themselves and others. Rumour has it this power was the very reason the previous user of the Yokan before Liako discarded it, having seen it as a curse. Liako wears the Konohi, fully aware of the risks of using such a power, and has sworn to never tap into it. Of course, officially speaking in Bionicle, only Matoran and Toa of Water, Psionics, Lightning, Light, or Shadow could be female, and Matoran and Toa of Plasma could only be male. So Liako being a female Toa of Plasma is going to require some explanation, in the form of some of her lore. I won't go into all of it here as it's actually very long, so the full thing I'll put on my Patreon. Simply put, back when Liako was constructed by the Great Beings, they were physically built as male like any other Sumatoran, but mentally she was female. It took her some time to realise the latter, and when she eventually became a Toa, her body became female just like her mind. So yes, she's a trans-femme Toa. So that was my 5th Katieverse video. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you very much to Third Eye Artistry on Blue Sky for designing the humanoid version of my Minecraft character, and Ions747 on Instagram for making Toa Liako. Nowhere near as many people to thank as previous entries, but thanks to both of you nonetheless. Both of them take commissions on their respective platforms, so if you're interested in commissioning them, you can go and do so. Their handles are on screen and links will be down in the description. I am so incredibly sorry for the gap since the last Katieverse video. There was one more thing I was planning on including in this video, but that's been taking an unexpectedly long time, so that will have to be in a future one. Let me know what you all thought of this video down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Join my Patreon for just £2 a month to see my videos early. And with all that being said, I'll see all your valid peeps next time.